everybody, welcome to this video. In this video my human friend is going to tie-dye an entire outfit for me and herself, and by the end of the video we're going to show it to you and model it for you. So definitely keep on watching till the end. Thank you. Hi everybody, welcome to this video. If you're new here, my name is Yuka, I'm a vegan artist, and in this video I'm going to show you how to tie-dye. So what do you need to start tie-dyeing? First of all, you need some paint, and the one that I'm going to use is the one from Dylon. And the main reason is because they confirmed to me that all of their paint is vegan, which means they don't have any animal ingredients in them, such as crushed bugs for pigments or animal bones and things like that. And the other thing is that they don't test on animals. And of course it's very important to me because I want to create things without harming animals. So the colors that I have are this sunflower yellow, and I also have these two. You can't really tell, but it's actually paradise blue and violet, and I already used it to create this sweater. As you can see, like the purple and bluish colors, but I decided that I want some yellow and maybe make some green as well. So you can buy the Dylon paints in two different types. So these are the pots. They are actually for the washing machine, but you can also use them for tie-dyeing. So normally you would just put this entire pot in your washing machine and just dye in an entire load of wash. But for tie-dyeing you can use it also, and the main reason that I chose this one is because there's salt already added to it. You can also buy like little bags of Dylon, but you have to add the salt yourself, and that's really important because the salt makes the dye attach to the garment better. So we're going to use these three. And if you want to mix a lot of colors, you can also go for like the red, blue and yellow. So in this case I have the purple, but if you have a red one you can just mix all the colors that you like, because they blend really well, just like with regular paint. And I will show you that now. So I'm just going to take a little bit of these colors to show you that they mix really well. Oh, I'll shake it first. And I also do the blue and purple a bit. Just gotta get some water. Whoa, my camera. I hope you saw it. So this one is actually turning dark purple, and this one is the sunflower yellow and paradise blue, and you get like a really bright green. So this way you can mix like a lot of colors, especially if you just buy the primary colors such as red, yellow and blue. And the other thing that I want to tell you, but I forgot myself, is to wear gloves, because the dye will attach itself to your hands, and it's like printer ink. I don't know if you ever had that. It really goes into your skin and you cannot really wash it off. So actually use gloves. And so the other thing you need is of course something to dye, and the Dylon paint is made to color cotton material, but you can dye 50-50 blends as well, such as this sweatshirt that I dyed with Dylon paint, and it's made of a 50% blend of polyester, cotton and polyester. So that actually worked really well. I did try it on 100% polyester as well, but yeah, it just washes out. And if you're like me and you cut out all the labels of your clothing, yeah, just try it and see what happens. In worst case scenario, yeah, the colors will just wash out. So I'm actually going to make an entire outfit for me and for my furry friend Moshu. So I've got some shorts, socks, I've got a shirt for him, don't worry, I'm only letting him wear it for the video. I also got some blankets, a sort of bandana, a beanie. I've got another blanket and yeah, just some tea towels because I needed some. So yeah, I'm going to use all this to dye. You also need some elastic or rubber bands. If you don't have them, don't worry, you can also use like tie wraps or rope. So something like that. You need some squirt bottle. I have these Aquarius bottles that I use because they have the sports cap and you can just use them really easily to pour. And these are 500 milliliters. But you can also use like another sort of bottle and just how do you say that? Put in some holes yourself. Let me see, what do you need? Yeah, some gloves. Maybe if you're using something like this, we can make something so we can just, you know, put the dye in. I don't know how you call this in English, een trechter. Just something like this and just tape it up. Yeah, so we can use it to put the paint in without too much mess. And yeah, then for measuring I just usually take a tablespoon. So this is the exact size of a tablespoon, but a normal one will work just fine. And if you have it, but it's not necessary, if you have something like this or anything else, it's really easy if you put your garments on top and you can just dye them and the excessive paint will drip through. So if you have something like this, it's handy, but it's not necessary. So yeah, let's start dyeing. So the first step is to pre-soak all of the things that you want to dye. Just with water, it doesn't really matter. You can just dunk them in a towel of water or hose them down and just wring them out really well. And that's it. So yeah, let's start and go do that. So I'm just going to put these all in. So I'm actually going to try some different techniques, such as a spiral, which I did in this one. I'm also going to do a bullseye, some dots, and I'm going to try for a rainbow. So yeah, let's get started. So if you pre-soak everything and just wring it out, this will make sure that the paint will flow better. So I'm going to start with spiral. So what you do, you just pinch in the middle or wherever you want the center of the spiral to be. So you can do it here, or yeah, whatever you like. And just press down and turn. And it doesn't really matter if it's not that neat, just have fun with it. Just wrap it tight. And you just take some rubber bands or rope or tie wraps and just put them around. And I usually use about 4, but you can use more or less, whatever you feel is working best. And this is just to keep the fabric in place and to create the pattern. So yeah, this is it for the spiral design. So for the rainbow, we're going to do like this. And then we decide where we want the rainbow to go. And I don't have so many colors, so I'm just going to take a few bands. I want it to be here, so I'm just going to I've never done this pattern, so I hope it will work. We'll see. So this will be the rainbow. I'm just going to put it over there. Let me see. I think I'm going to do a bullseye with this blanket. So first you have to decide where you want the center of the bullseye is going to be. So it'll be sort of like circle around circle. So I think I want it maybe a little bit off center, and that way if it goes wrong it doesn't really matter. If you want it in center, maybe you have to be like really precise. I'm just going to do it like here, and you're just going to lift it up, and you're just going to start shoot bands like this. I don't think I will just leave it like that, it will snap. So this will be for the bullseye. So for this one, you can do it two ways. You can make like dots, so do it like this, and then wrap around the band here. You're actually creating these little circles because where you wrap the band, the paint won't go in that far. So you will probably still see a little bit of white depending how much paint you're going to use. But you can also create like a donut shape. It's exactly the same. Stars. And you're going to wrap another one just closely to it, like with the bullseye. And you get like sort of a donut shape. It looks really weird. No. And I'm also going to use a little bit of different technique, which is a crumble, which is you crumble it up like that, and you just put like a band over that. So I'm just going to leave it like this with the crumble here and with the dots and donuts. Here you can see a little bit more of the two spirals. So let me see, I have 3 pairs. So I changed in something that is black and old, so it doesn't really matter if it stains. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to paint the tie-dye creations that we made. And that's actually the fun part. So definitely wear gloves for this part. And we're also going to see how much paint we use. I usually have 2 bottles for the different colors. So this one is still some left over, and you can just keep it and reuse it. So I'm going to use this one first, and for this one I will show you how much you have to use. So it doesn't really matter how much dye you're going to use. The more dye you're using, the more vibrant or more bold the color will be. The only thing to keep in mind is if you're, for example, dyeing one garment, you use the same amount of paint and water ratio. So otherwise you have like a bold and strong colored front and maybe a light colored back, and that doesn't look so good. But otherwise it doesn't really matter. I'm not that precise in measuring, so yeah. I'm just gonna grab my gloves because I already have paint on my hands. So in this one I'm going to do the blue. I'm just going to shake it a little bit like this. It's okay. And I can put in this that we made. This is not the best system. So I'm using around, if you can see it, like 1 tablespoon. I'm just going to pour it in. So if you want to use a little bit more or less, it doesn't really matter, just whatever you prefer. I'm just going to fill it with water and shake it really well. And this one has half a liter of water in it. So I'm just going to do that, and the rest I will do in the bathtub. So yeah, follow me. Side. Oh, let me see. You can also blend the color in the bottle if you like. And just be careful if you use too much colors in one spot, it can get a little brownish. So I only have little bits of paint left, so I'm going to make some new one. But as you can see, you can color a lot of things with just a little bit of paint. To wrap it up and let it dry. It doesn't really matter how long you're going to dry it, but I usually do it around 24 hours until the next day till I have time. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye! And actually a little trick, if you want to wash your hands with gloves, let's just do it like with them on. You can just use even soap. It's an easy way to clean your gloves. So it's the next day and the dye has been dyeing for about 20 hours. It doesn't really matter how long you take, but yeah, but I'm ready to wash it out. And it's very important that you first wash everything out with the rubber bands still in place. Until the water is clear, then you take off the rubber bands or the tie wraps, whatever you're using, and you rinse it out again until the water is clear. And after that, when you don't have any dye residue, you throw everything together in the washing machine with a washing detergent and wash it. Yeah, I mostly do around 30 degrees, just a normal washing cycle. And it's very important to rinse everything out first, because otherwise the dye will still spread in the washing machine and it really will ruin all of the beautiful patterns that you created. So yeah, I'm going to wash everything out and I'm going to wash it, and I'll see you back tomorrow where Moshu and I will show you the end result. So yeah, definitely stay tuned to the end of the video. think I went a little overboard with using every color on every piece. So for example, these are the tea towels. And for this it works really well, I think. These came out really nice. And this was actually the rainbow. So I'm also really a fan of that. This one is the blanket from Moshu. It's a little bit more faded, but it's still nice. But for the clothing, yeah, I think a little bit less would have been more. So I made Moshu this shirt. Don't show it, Moshu. It has the dots on it, and I normally don't dress him up, so don't worry. It's just for now. And he gets snacks afterwards. So I also made the bandana, my own shirt. I really like how the socks turned out. So they're just fun. It doesn't matter if I have a lot of colors. I have the purple and yellow one on. And I do also like the shorts. Well, a moment for my furry friend. So they are the one color shorts. And I really like that one color thing as well. So yeah, that was it. Moshu is relaxing here, as you can see. And thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video. Bye! Peace!